Welcome to The Hurt is the Same. My name is Chantel Johnson, and each show is dedicated to my son Christopher Johnson, who was the 109 homicide right here in Jackson, Mississippi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to The Hurt is the Same. How y'all doing tonight? I want to thank y'all for joining me tonight. As you know, we 8-ish. We supposed to start at 8 now, but you already know. You know me. I'm still like my people in some category. Time just don't be on our side. I don't care how early we get. But we going to jump right on into it. I want to thank you for tuning in with us tonight. You can call in 1-800-492-5186. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. I have a guest with me here tonight. Don't need no advertising. I want to thank her for having me on her show, and I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Look, I've been telling Chanel time is money. And we was late today, so we missed out on some money.
We gonna make it up.
Yes, sir. Hey, my name is Ashley Bell. I'm with the Ripple Effect. Every Saturday morning, 9 to 10, we got one of the best shows on Saturdays on 90.1, The Voice of the Community.
Right. And hey, we've been trying to get here, y'all. The devil been trying to throw so many shots, but hey, she said time is money, and money is time, and I told her, you know what? That man upstairs got us on both ends. So here we are, live and in color for y'all, and we going to jump right on in. Y'all know everything about this show. First things first, I just hate to keep saying it, but hey, y'all need to hear it. These homicides is in triple digits.
My question is, like, what happened? We went 2 weeks, well, almost a month with 2 or 3 murders, and then all of a sudden we just.
I'm trying to see all of a sudden how the hell we get here from last year when we had all these plans, and when I got on this side last year, you know, I jumped right on in, you know, trying to learn myself and learn, you know, this side other than fighting mental illness and everything else. So
what plans?
I'm trying to see why we don't have the cameras that we said we were going to set out for last year that was promised to us by the officials. They said that the homicide rate was going to get better, that we was going to get better detectives, more police officers, more resources, and more of everything. And hopefully by this time we'll be one step closer to not being in triple digits. But hell, we here.
Yeah, we here. Oh, you know, last year we were a little farther than we are now.
Much farther.
And you can't celebrate that because you're still dealing with deaths, you know, and murders. But you know, two of the lesser evils. So you know, we as a community, we got to move forward. I don't know what happened to the plans.
Well, look like they don't. Well, you know, this is my own personal opinion. Hell, it look like they don't want to get it better because, you know, like I say, there's so many different layers that goes with this. And as everybody know, I'm all around folk corner. I'm going to look at it inside out around. And it is like the business trend off these bodies is so profitable on all ends until it's just like when Katrina hit with the gas. It's just like when the water hit. Everything has been price gouged up. Headstones, funeral arrangements, you know, everything.
I mean, but this is America. This is a capitalistic society. I mean, that's what we do.
I know the game.
We make money off of other people, and unfortunately, we can't get ourselves together enough to slow down the murders or to stop the murders or hold each other accountable or tap each other on the butt. Then of course somebody gonna make money off of it. Because I can remember always saying growing up, only 2 people should have a job: the funeral home and the doctor. And the funeral home damn got a job, and the doctors can't, with the bullets that they shoot, and the doctors not even trained. They're not even trained to assess that patient the right way, because it's so many bullets going, it's so many holes and so many bullets going in the body.
Well, as I told you, when I talk with them and I communicate with them, and as I say, some of them in their houses, and they are hurting from this because, imagine going to school for 20 plus years and similar to last year, you have to tell 150 some families, I'm sorry, or I lost my patient. I lost my patient over and over and over again. When you went in the field to save lives, when you know that God will use you as a doctor, and you steady have to tell these families over and over again, I'm sorry for your loss. Because they're using assault rifles and the bodies is coming in like they coming in off the battlefield.
Off the battlefield. I served my country. I joined the army when I joined the army in 2004. I was 18 years old. It's not a assault rifle that I haven't shot. And when I drive down Jackson streets and I see them guns tucked in that long barrel, I say, man, I didn't have a barrel that big on mine.
I know.
So you ask how they get them. What the NRA doing? Why is it a necessity to have an assault rifle
on domestic soil?
Who you protecting? Who you shoot? Those things are designed for mass destruction, mass casualty. When we went in to kill. When we was trained to go in and kill. And we had them clips. We had them banana clips. We had them semi-automatic rifles. We had them M4s. You put them on blast.
But that was in war.
Right,
we're in war now on domestic soil. That's what we're trying to tell the people and the citizens. When you see these assault rifles and you see these people, do you not know you in Jackson, Mississippi? You ain't in Afghanistan, and these people are not really trained like you had to go through basic training, and Uncle Sam had to get you ready to be able to do what you do when you went in on those battlefields. We talking about people that ain't even getting out to 7th grade. We talking about people who probably just learn how to tie their shoes.
But mentally, if you grow up in there, you become conditioned. And when you become conditioned, that cycle is hard to break.
It's hard to break, but you know what? A child's mind is a child's mind. That's when the adults supposed to help guide them and hold them accountable and say, hey, why the hell you got an assault rifle? Why do you have a gun? What reason you need for it? Do you feel threatened? Is it a problem?
Man, I caught an Uber to work. My car broke down. I'm cheap, right? So I caught an Uber. The Uber driver gets telling me he was over his friend girl house, and he was his African American friend girl, and the friend girl boyfriend walks in, 13 years old. He had a gun on his side. He goes to ask his friend girl, why you let him in the house with that? She was like, everybody has one. That's where the cycle starts.
It was normal.
Yeah, that was of the norm.
It was of the norm. And then here I am. I've been to stop them at the door and patted them down like.
I told him, I say, next time you go over there, you gonna have to man up. You gonna have to man up at the door. She need to leave you alone too, cause now you making it acceptable.
Right.
Now you making it all right. You're gonna have to man up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause see me, I couldn't not have said nothing. That's probably my problem. Cause see, they already know my spirit would not let me not say nothing. Because I just know if you put all the ingredients in a cake and you put it in the oven, it's gonna rise.
Oh. Bad or good?
It's gonna rise.
It might come out nasty, a little bit dry.
But
it gonna look like a cake.
It's gonna look like a cake.
It gonna look like a cake.
Even if they say, don't run through here and let my cake fall. All of it gonna come together and form a cake. So, I know we just got to do better. And with the triple digits that we into now, I think about the new mothers and fathers and families that's new on this side. What are the officials telling them? What false hope or any hope at all are they giving them?
I can't imagine many parents have and I don't really want to say that, but
No, said girl, said it's the ripple effect.
you know, when you surround it, like it's the conditions that we in. You know, I work on Highway 80 and what's that, West Jackson?
Yeah.
So I'm always seeing a lot of different things, you know, a lot of kids doing things that God knows. My mama beat my butt. My stepmama rolled around in her grave, and my daddy probably would disown me if I ever did. And you ask, where does it come from? How do you start? Well, you don't even ask that. Me personally, I always ask, how do I solve it?
Me too.
How do I help?
Me too.
You know, how do I help? And you help by just taking a course of action. You know, one step at a time, holding these people accountable that we elect.
Starting right there.
You know, I went to a city council meeting, and I mean, not a city council meeting. I went to a board of supervisor meeting last week, and the guy got up and he put in a motion to have more courtrooms because during the pandemic, crime rates went up, and they need to trial these felons, which means they need to send y'all but to jail, and they asked for more courtrooms because there's so many cases.
I know, and you know,
They asked for. He said they got 3 already. They need 3 more courtrooms because it's too many felons.
Well, the thing about it, they don't have no respect for the law. You know, I see people that will respect Clinton police, Byron police, Madison police, Pearl police, surrounding area police that's from Jackson, but will not respect your own law enforcement. But your own law enforcement is your first line of help if you ever need help.
I bet they respect capital city police.
Well, you know what? I was just talking to a lady in the Waffle House, and I told her my opinion. I think they need to have jurisdiction over the whole Jackson because we need help. And you know something else? They didn't come to play. They understand the assignment, and they up for the task.
They understand the assignment too much.
And most of them have a military background like yourself.
Well, most of them came off of JPD and from the sheriff office because of low pay.
Well,
you know, they started them guys off for $45,000.
Well, yeah, that's a good reason to leave.
Sheriff department making $29,000.
And we got to do better with that.
Come on now.
We got to do better with that. But
come on now.
I don't know the situations within each different cases where, you know, they shot someone or whatever they did that was wrong. But I just know if we didn't need them, they wouldn't have never been invited.
I mean, I don't disagree with you on that.
If we didn't need them, they never would have been invited.
I definitely think we do need to double down on protection. We need to double down on holding people accountable. We need to double down on checking on these kids and stop using that, it starts at home, which is not an excuse. But we know that's a problem.
Home is a problem now.
Where's the solution, though?
Well, the solution is the village got to get back.
Thank you.
The village got to get back.
Yes, ma'am.
And starting with the churches. Because they ain't open for nothing but the collection days.
Well, I'm going to leave that alone.
Well, hey, I'm going to say it. You know, I remember churches used to be open all the time.
I believe that alone.
Until they used to have the movies of it. You see them drunk and staggering all up through there, going up in there, opening them doors. And, you know, they made movies about it. You can go in there all times of the day, all times of the night. Or you just sit there, and when you know anything, the cleaning lady coming. Somebody coming to open the door. Now, hey, you know what schedule it's going to be open, baby. It's going to be on Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And if they decide to do something Tuesday, or probably Thursday. But you already know Pastor's anniversary.
For what day? 4th Sunday?
Yeah, you already know them. You know them bread days. And I ain't going to, you know them. So I think, like I said before, if each city councilman got with every church in their area and then got with the code enforcement person and just address each abandoned house.
Man, you ride down Terry Road.
Each abandoned house, if they just did that, make that one task where we start and we finish it. What a wonderful Jacktown it would be. Just a start. No abandoned houses.
Well, you know, it's gentrification at its finest. It's gentrification. You run down, you move out, you come back and you rebuild at a higher cost.
Yeah, but
the only way that we gonna prevent that is that we as African Americans gotta be stop being so dependent upon those government officials. Like, I've been in Jackson for 10 years, and 10 years we ain't seen nothing. So how all of a sudden you think that they gonna pull a magic trick out their hat?
Oh, they been pulling magic tricks now.
Yeah, not beneficial magic trick.
Well, to them.
No, but I'm talking about...
But yeah, to the community. But see, the thing about it is, once the public realize that they work for them.
That we elected them.
Right, that they work, you work for me. You know, I used to make...
Well, they only working for the 20,000 that voted, because that's it.
I know.
So...
But the hood got to start voting.
Yes.
The hood has got to start voting, because I'm so sick of y'all saying, Chantel, they gonna do what they want to do. Well, guess what? That's exactly what the hell going on, and you see what kind of shape you in.
I'm telling you, with this water cycle, though, they had that water meeting last Friday or Thursday. It was so packed in there, they ain't even have standing room. So they not gonna do what they want to do. They do what we allow them to do.
Amen.
And when I say allow, that means you ain't paying attention. You ain't you're not holding them accountable. You just putting them in the office and say, okay, so you do what you want to do.
Now, this water, what's your opinion on that?
Stay alert, stay alive.
I'm talking about...
My opinion is...
It pisses me off because I know what they doing for the water they could have did for the homicides. So I can't get my people to spin from that because, you know, being born and raised in the 4th generation here, off my granny's 10 children, as they said, had the water been messed up long as I can remember. Even as a child, it ain't never bothered us. You look at majority of the 160 citizens that live here. Let me tell you what I already knew. That I found out as I got older that it is true.
Well, listen.
If you born and raised here, that damn water done gave majority of male and female residents here some type of damn stomach infection that's so damn common now. To Jacksonians, if you done lived here, they been knowed about it.
But it's a solution. You know, they got this, I call it a mobile rope pool down there on Beasley Street. On Beasley Street, the guy named Mr. Moses West, I mean, he done went viral. It's all over Black with No Chasers. It's all over the Shade Room. He brought down a mobile rope pool that does not need and a rope pool is like a reverse osmosis water purification unit. So it produces water, but you hook it up to a source of water and it drains it and it cleans it and you put your chemicals in it. Well, this rope pool you don't need a water source. Your water source is the sky, the condensation from the air, the mist and the moist from the air. And it comes through the machine and it purifies and it's drinkable.
Okay.
It solves the hotel on Beasley Street. Well, it's not a hotel. It's a veterans home and an old folks home. I think it's called the Quarters. That's where the first one has been set up. So he no longer has to depend on Jackson's water supply. Right. So when the water run out, when they say boil water, or when the water cut off,
he don't have to worry about that.
And he's running a functionable business like that.
All right now.
It's been here for almost a week. I had the personal invitation to come check it out. Water tastes great, clean. It tastes healthy, and it's going to eliminate a lot of problems.
Wow. Well, they sure ain't putting it on the news.
I mean, do you expect them to? Of course they're not. That's taking away. That's taking away the monetary. Of course, it costs. It costs. One machine costs $125,000, but one machine produces up to what did he say? 329 gallons of water a day. Wow. The big one produces up to 2,200 gallons of water a day. So you have the ability to feed your whole community off that. And not only are you feeding your community, then you're boosting economics because you got to have somebody to run it. You got to have somebody to keep it going at night. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, you know, I'm like you now. They don't want to talk about that, but that's a good thing that we talk about.
It's solvable. You know, you got a problem.
Everything is solvable.
You got a problem, and then you got the solution.
Most definitely.
But you know, it's too much like right.
Yeah.
That's too much like right. Like it's too much like right.
Well, they gonna be mad with us after we done said, cause they sure can't erase it now.
Evolution is everything, man. It's time to evolve. I call this new movement evolution. You know, revolution's in.
Right.
But we got this thing going right now. We stay our course. It'll develop, and I really believe that we can win Jackson back.
Well, we ain't going nowhere, so we gonna have to. I don't even get on a team unless it is winning.
We gonna have to do something.
So I know we so far down now, ain't no other way but up.
But up.
Ain't no other way but up. So you can't do nothing but win now.
I enjoy Jackson. I mean, I got customers. I got a bunch of customers from Jackson. They pay me well. I've had fun. I've been able to enjoy the people here. I want to continue to make Jackson grow. I want to continue to make it beneficial for all those that choose to reside here. Not for the ones that just come here and work and then go back that way.
And there's a lot of them. Have you seen the commute?
That way.
Have you seen the commute, baby? This way, that way, that way, this way. They get in, they get out. But guess what? We just stay in. And
but it's okay to stay in, but it's not okay to stay in and dwell in mess.
Right. I totally agree.
You know, we can dwell, but we can dwell and make it right. We I mean, is it okay to look at us like we the bottom of the barrel?
Hell no, I ain't holding that ground.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a hot potato.
But I done said at some of these Senate meetings to where they giving those statistics and they giving those facts.
Oh, I know.
And I can't say whether they true or not, but I know nobody that looks like us are delivering those facts.
Oh, I know that too. You know, when I don't want to have to.
Shout out to the black daddies too, because I know they try to give y'all a bad run. Shout out to y'all for taking care of y'all.
Oh yeah,
let's piece it back together.
And hey, shout out to my all the boys in my family, cause they got that gene. They don't play by their children.
Shout out to my daddy too, big dog. He hold it down. That's my guy.
Okay, but you know what? I tell people it is very important for a girl to have a dad.
Oh, I love my daddy.
You know, my pops. Hey man, I guess that's why I am like I am now. Everybody say, Chantel, you like your dad. You know, but I'm like the household that I come out of. Strong black men and strong black women off both sides of my families, you know, and the family values and family morals that was installed in us. I thank God that my family, we stand on my granny's legacy, you know, and our teacher. We might fall, but hey, the link in that chain always keep us stable. All right, y'all, we're going to go to a commercial and we coming right on back.
Let's read and learn together. Meet Mason. Written by Sherry Tate. Illustrated by David. Mason is a young, inspired learner. Walk with him as he uses his 5 senses to explore the world around him. Your young one can learn to identify shapes, numbers, letters, and more with Meet Mason. Available now on Amazon.com.
Are you dreaming of becoming an entrepreneur, but you're not sure where or how to start? At Entrepreneurs Academy 101, our online will guide you step by step on how to start and grow your own business. We offer courses such as how to write a business plan, how to create a budget, and so much more. Our online training program is designed for you to learn at your own pace, and there's no set order to complete this program. Because our academy is online, you have the choice to learn with a group, with friends, or individually. Upon completion of the entire curriculum, you will receive a certificate of achievement to acknowledge that you have completed the training needed to become a successful entrepreneur. So enroll today to design the life that you love. Contact your entrepreneur coach, Brenda Myers, at 601-672-0695 or visit our website at www.entrepreneursacademy101.com for more information.
Have you had your Earthblend coffee today? At Earthblend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earthblend Coffee. To order, visit earthblendcoffee.co now.
Do you have something to say? Do you want your voice heard? Join the We Believe Global lineup. Be the star of your own show. For more info, call 800-492-5186, option number 1, or visit online at webelieve.global.
Welcome back to the Heard It's the Same. Y'all get these telephones to roll to talk about anything you want to talk about that we ain't talking about. You can talk about the trash. You can talk about they bring that car back. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. 1-800-492-5186. Okay, y'all, we were just flowing here. So we going to look at these comments right fast and reply back to them. Hey, Brenda, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in all the way from ATL, girl.
Shout out to Atlanta.
All right now. Oh, yeah, I know you're a native of Mississippi now. Ms. McGee, I couldn't agree with you more, baby. You know we need a black business class. We need a black class for credit. Whole 9 yards. You know, we
Business,
doing it all.
Etiquettes, how to transform. You know, we
Home ownership. We need everything to educate our people, but the resources and stuff and the people willing to help them for free, you can't get them to participate. That's the biggest thing with me.
Well, you know, they say if you build it, they'll come. I mean, you ain't gonna get no one person, but if you you ain't gonna get no 50 people right off top. But if you stay consistent and they see their neighbor doing it and their neighbor prevail and they get it right, then they gonna eventually follow suit.
Hell, I've been consistent for 26 years. And the only people that come with me are the ones that don't look like me. And the few that look like me, they just got good spirit. But all the ones with the problem, they'll tell me, but they won't get consistent.
You know, you got two types of leadership. You got transactional leadership and you got transformational leadership. Some people need it a little bit harder.
I totally agree with you, Miss Chantel. Each and every black person in Jackson, Mississippi need to unite together to get things done.
They call it unify and conquer.
Yeah, but we gonna need the other ones too, cause they the ones who voting them in.
Unify
I keep saying
and
the hood ain't voting. The people that's voting them in is the people who don't look like you. And we all got to care. Mm-hmm. We all got to get involved. Same thing I said about the white churches. The white churches, they do their part in the hood. I see them on the corner. I see them passing out food. I see them doing all that, but it's only a few of them. We need each and every last
human race. The human race as a whole.
True.
Yeah, we put too much on skin colors.
Most definitely, especially in Mississippi.
I don't mean no harm, but right now we the ones, my skin color, our complexion is the one that's letting each other down.
Most definitely.
Like we letting each other down.
I don't get it because
we conditioned. We're conditioned. It may not be acceptable, but
you right.
You may not be conditioned. I may not be conditioned, but we ain't judged as individuals.
I know, right?
So
as a whole,
we ain't judged as individuals. So we are conditioned until we, the willing and able, the strong ones, the ones that don't mind bending over and breaking their back, until we break that cycle. We got that Tony Montana syndrome. I don't need nobody. This word belong to me.
It ain't got the money of Tony Montana, so that's where
Tony gave people
hope.
But
what I'm saying is Tony, they live this cartoon and this fantasy and this swag, but what the bread had to go with, you don't
they getting it by any means necessary. That's why homicides is up, crime is up. They ain't working for it. They ain't gonna take it.
Yeah, but hell, you hit a lick today and you gotta hit another one 2 days later. That ain't how it go. I just had to tell some boys the other day, baby, robbing ain't no hustle. Robbing ain't never been no hustle.
But say that to the person that got the money. To the person who ain't got the money, robbing is a hustle. That's why I say the ones that got it, the ones that's willing and able, we need to set that trend. We need to break that cycle, and we need to start giving hope.
Yeah, but we show them how to work. Hell, they don't want to work. You know how many people out there offer jobs too? How many folks? I got a guy right now that's own the fence business. I got a guy right now that own a roofing business. I got people that do construction, all type of stuff, that's looking for people to work. They can't even go down there by stoop pot. It used to be you can go down there by stoop pot to the homeless spots and pick you out some people. You, come on. You, come on. People used to get up and know that they can go make a day and go make $1. Legit. Now, guess what? They cuss you out when you ain't got nothing.
So what you think brought that on? What you think brought on them not lining up to get the jobs no more? Cause it's still, cause I got my contractors, they come in, they pay the bills, they say, Ashley, I can't find no workers.
I know.
I got 18 wheeler and I write 18 wheeler insurance. I got the owners of the companies call me every week, Ashley, can you help us find a driver? And maybe jobs are too accessible. If you don't like it, you can leave and go get you another one. Is that the case?
Hell no, that ain't the case.
I'm asking,
the case is, man, they ain't paying enough.
Man, them job paying.
I'm talking about, even then, say for instance, like I say, you pay somebody $25 an hour in Mississippi. Let's just think outside the box for a second.
All right.
I said outside the box then. $25 an hour.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
When they get that check stub, that 25, they went down to about 15 or 14.
Well, that's the American way.
But they don't understand that.
I can't.
Because see,
that's not excusable.
It's not excusable, but I'm telling you the reason why. I'm just telling you the reason why, because this is what I hear. And they like, Ray, I said, well, what all did you check when you first got hired? I take them through the process. What did you put up there for this, or what did you put up there for that? Man, them people offered me that. I just told them, yeah.
I just checked the box.
Yeah.
I ain't read nothing.
He was like, yeah, they asked me that I want dinner and all this and all that. I was like, well, that was going to come out your check, baby.
What they say if you want to hire
the only thing they heard was the $25 an hour. So when they add their hours up, guess what they adding up?
25 times 40 with no deductions, no tax exemptions.
Now you playing with my money. So I'm telling you, I hear it all the time. And then when I break it down to them, and then I tell them the long term about the 401k, and all of this and all of that, the benefits long term, you know what they tell me? Man, forget that goddamn job, man. I ain't going back over there, man. Then I gotta pay somebody to get me there, this and that. Man, I might not even be living in 5 years. You talking about put 5 years in?
And it's crazy that
It's the mentality.
we don't think we can't afford to think 5 years from now. All we can really think about is if we gonna have clean running water tomorrow, if my trash gonna get picked up, whether or not I'm gonna have feces in my front living room, whether or not I got food in the refrigerator, or if they not still in my tamper, that we need.
And I also want to address this. Y'all call in. I done had a lot of people call me about this ramp. I had one lady call me and said that her landlord told her that she and her husband is responsible for the taxes off the 1099 of the money that ramp was sending them.
I don't mean no. I'm a landlord.
Okay, that's why I'm bringing it up.
I'm a landlord, and we use RAP. We received it. RAP went on for a year and a half, 2 years. And to all respect, to anybody, I don't want to be disrespectful, but if you get free rent for 6 months, if you rent $600 for 6 months, and you're getting it free, that means you've been excused from paying $3,600 worth of rent.
But
please take your money.
But should the tenant be responsible for your taxes off the ramp money that you received? Are you going to make your tenants pay the taxes on that money, or is you going to bite it?
I would love for them to ask me if I needed some assistance.
But I'm just saying, by law, you are responsible for it, right? Because you're the one who received the money, right?
But I don't even know if they said is it taxable or non-taxable. So it's taxable.
It's taxable. From what I heard, it was taxable. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on none.
Yeah,
ask me something about the Social Security off. I don't know shit. I don't know nothing about nothing else.
That's federal money. Maybe that landlord CPA needs to. I don't know. I don't think federal money is taxable.
I didn't think so neither, but that's what I'm telling you. A lot of these landlords is telling these tenants that they are responsible for taxes on some money that they received. I also hear a lot of these tenants saying that the landlord saying that they received this amount and then received that amount, and ramp took some money back. I done heard about 2 or 3 people said that they landlord said that ramp took some money back. When they go on their portals, it says one thing, but the landlords is telling them something different.
I don't have an opinion on that. I don't really know. And like I said, we've received ramp. It was very helpful because like a lot of people was out of work. A lot of people did get COVID. I know a lot of people were inoperable. They couldn't do anything.
Right.
So they had to receive those funds. But like I told my people, what I would have liked to seen, if we was able to get you ramp for a year, why are you not able to pay your rent after that?
Oh, now that right there.
Now that's what
accountability.
That's what hurts my feelings. Like
that's what accountability
we
come
made sure
in
you
at.
got this money. We lined you up. We did the paperwork. We helped you out from point A to point Z, a whole year. You paying $600-700 a year. For a year, that's $7,200.
Well, did you have the option to opt out of it as a landlord and let them receive the money, or ramp just sent it to you?
No, you don't.
I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm just asking.
Send it to me.
Okay, but I also, like I said, people call me. I also know that tenants receive the money versus the landlords. So I was told that when the landlord opt out of it, the tenant automatically got the money. If the landlord did not opt out of it, then they sent the ramp to the landlord.
But did the tenants pay the money that they were supposed to pay with their rent?
Now that I don't know, but I'm just saying, I'm just putting all different scenarios together from people calling me, telling me different aspects about it.
I think the RAP program was beneficial. I definitely think it should have been coordinated a little better.
Right.
You know, the ability to receive that money should have definitely been coordinated. It should have a lot of more questions should have been asked. Like a lot of people benefited out of RAMP that did not need it. You know, you had a lot of people that were still working, a lot of people that made enough money to receive it. They didn't check backgrounds, they didn't check income. You know, they just went by what you said.
And it hurt people who was really in hardship.
Yep.
It hurt people.
But it's too late once it's done.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, I just didn't know.
And that's when you have to hold these people accountable.
I truly.
I mean, you can't and you can't give a dog food and not expect him to eat it.
I totally agree now. Cause he gonna get hungry.
He gonna eat it even if he ain't hungry.
Yeah, but if he let it sit there.
Even if he don't need the food, he gonna eat it till his belly swell.
True that.
Or he gonna turn that bowl over.
Water too. And squeeze through the bars and go next door to the dog and eat.
So you know you can't even hold the people accountable. I think that was lack of structure on their part.
Well, you know the big dog, he put a stop to that.
Yeah,
you know, the big dog, he put a stop to that. He put a stop to a lot of stuff. But, hey, nobody is voting.
Old Tate.
He ain't old.
Old Tate.
He ain't old. You know, one thing that I can respect about him, they say, when a person show you who they really is, believe it. I have never doubted who he was from the moment he let me know who he was.
Mm.
And
they
once
say when they show you the first time, that's what they really
I am a firm believer, baby. A firm believer. And, you know, as a Mississippian, he's there. He ain't going nowhere until his time is up, you know?
Yeah, he only been there 2 years.
Well, yeah, these 2 years seem like 30.
You know, Jackson was rough before he got in there. They had
I ain't denying that.
Phil was in there before he got in there.
And it felt like 70 with him.
And Trump, I mean, go back to Chuck Wall. What he been in there? What? What's this? 6 years he been in? He been in since 2017.
I went to sleep. And then I wake up, I tell anybody, these last 2 years of my life, don't nobody need to hold me accountable for nothing that I did in these last 2 years. Nothing I did. Not what I said, but nothing I did. Because for the pandemic, my mind was gone. After the pandemic, Chris, my mind was gone. I didn't see nobody. Everybody was like a piece of furniture. I didn't hear nobody. I'm talking about I was in my own bubble for them 2 years. So now, I done woke up now. Now I'm slowly getting myself back to Chantel. But for 2 years, I didn't see nobody, hear nobody, none of that. Like I say, everything and everybody around me was like a piece of furniture.
Why? Why is that?
And I actually treated
You treated them like they were furniture.
I treated everything like it was nothing because that's what it was to me. It wasn't important to me.
You saying you was just trying to survive?
I've not survived. It was me versus me. You know, even with the pandemic, you know, the pandemic affected people who had a routine and worked every day and got up and, you know, did something. You know, it did something to somebody like me who go and have obligations and reach goals every day.
I worked every day during the pandemic.
Now, I worked
every day.
But it wasn't like what I was used to. Everything has changed and I love change and I can adapt to it, but I don't like to be in the center of nothing of a problem that I can't help or I can't solve or anything that's out of my reach. And that right there was new to me, you know, even when Katrina hit and people said, the Lord take care of fools and babies. The whole Jackson was without power except for me.
You know, the pandemic.
You know, I didn't go throughout any tragedy or what they have going on, I didn't go without. He always, The whole South Jackson was out of lights when Katrina hit, except for me and a little old lady that stayed across the street from me. And we was on a dead end surrounded by number woods. And we didn't go without none. And then, you know, with everybody with them EBT cards, I ain't never had none. And people already know my struggle. But baby, when Katrina hit, everybody who had them had to come to my house because I had lights.
The storage.
I remember my son, as a child, my baby boy, the soldier, he took me in there and he said, Mama, look at all this stuff. He was a little boy. He said, Mama, look at all this stuff. I said, it sure is a lot, baby. Blessings on, I'm talking about everybody came to my house. Everybody come to my house. When Katrina hit, I had more stuff. I didn't go without gas. I'm talking about, we didn't go without anything. I had more stuff at my house when Katrina hit than we had ever had.
You know, like the 2 years, the 2 years of the pandemic was rough.
Yes, it was.
It was rough on the nation. It was rough on societies. It was rough on communities. It was rough on the human race. You know, I tell my customers all the time, like, if you made it through them 2 years, because, I mean, in the state of Mississippi, I think we end up losing about 800,000 people.
We lost my aunt.
Yeah, so you just think about it. If you made it through that cycle, if you made it through that phase of life, count yourself as blessed. And it's time to wake up and move forward.
And you know what? I tell people, even with the COVID, the first time the fair stayed over.
Let's talk about the fair.
I'm talking about right before they diagnosed it and gave it a name and called it COVID. You know, they didn't call it.
Stuff been had a name.
You know, they didn't call it COVID until February. But that year, the fair had stayed over for the first time where it ever stayed extended. And I'm a person who don't hardly never get sick. I've been working 30 years, year round, no vacations, no nothing, you know. And I got sick. My hairdresser got sick. And everybody else around us got sick. And they told us, they said, oh, it's just an upper respiratory infection. And I went to all the ERs because she was on one side of town trying to catch an ER. I was on another. We was collaborating trying to see which one had the shortest wait. And I be dog. It went away. And then next thing you know, they come with the COVID. And I told my hairdresser, I said, yeah, that's what the hell we had before they put
I end up catching it.
before they put a name to it. So when they came out with the vaccines, you know, everybody was running to get the vaccine, running to get the vaccines, and to each his own. And my cousin, when we lost my aunt, you know, I got a couple of nurse practitioners and stuff, and I have family, a lot of people that's in the medical field, and my bosses, and they was like, Chantel, please get the shot. And then when I found out if you wasn't vaccinated and you get it, they wasn't going to give you no vent. They wasn't going to give you no ventilator. They had started playing hard then. I waited it out. I waited it out. And then my cousin called me and said, cuz, if anybody get it now, and you ain't been vaccinated with at least one shot, they put you in the hallway and let you go to the upper room.
They gonna let you die.
Please go get the shot. I told her I'd be right at Walgreens first thing in the morning. Cause see now, they ain't playing fair. Now they forcing you. Now they gonna make you get it. So I went on ahead and got the vaccine. But I knew, hell, we had it before they even put a name to it.
No. I'm one of those people. I just study a lot, but you know this stuff is part of design. Is part of the creation.
Definitely. Most definitely.
And not a godly creation. So praise God, I made it through it. I caught it towards the tail end. It kicked my butt. It kicked my butt.
Thank God.
I got admitted and everything. It kicked my butt. It kicked my butt. I ran a high fever. It kicked my butt. It put me down for a while. But If you made it through that pandemic, man, you got something to be worthy of. You got something to be thankful for.
Yes, because we lost my aunt to it, and it was devastating, and all the other families that was
the
losing.
ripple effect that had on the community, on the bodies, on the deaths, the funeral homes packed. You couldn't bury people, and it's almost like the CDC is comparing the deaths in Jackson to a pandemic.
Yeah. They did.
They did.
Ain't no try in the hell they did.
That's embarrassing.
They actually did.
That's hurtful.
Yeah, for some reason, anything that's negative and hurtful to us and make us look bad, when I used to travel a lot, people used to say, y'all still got gravel roads down there?
We do.
And I'd be like, yeah, and we still hit people with rocks and stuff too. Yeah, we still rolling bean bags down the hill.
But we don't have to. I mean, it's a lot of African American people here in Mississippi, even in Jackson, that are very, very well off.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me.
That are very, very high standard.
How you think I got what I'm in life?
Has definitely broke the mold. Like, it's a lot of African Americans that can make a difference.
Most definitely.
If we all get a couple like-minded people that's on the same accord, like, we could buy these blocks back, we can make a change. I mean, Hope Federal Credit Union just got $4 million. Go pull up on them, ask them for a loan. I did.
Okay.
Nah, I ain't completed, but I just wanted to make sure the money was there readily available.
Right.
It's there.
And I tell people all the time about Liberty Bank, black owned. The
money there, I don't see too much where it's doing anything for the community.
You do business at Trustmark and all these other places, and there go a black owned bank, sit right there in the hood. And people barely go to it.
Well, Hope be full.
And Hope. I'm talking about like the credit union Hope.
Hope be full, man. You can't get around there on any day. But I think we need to go in and ask more questions. Go in and let people know, like the even the real estate game right now is popping. It's easier.
Sure is.
It's easier to get a house right now.
Sure
it's not so much red tape right now.
Right.
It's easy to get those loans when you go in there educated and dressed to impress. And even if you ain't educated, talk a good game. That's one thing about us African Americans. We got that gift of gab.
Well, when they want something, because I already know. Hey, baby, I got me another bank wig. I got one
silly,
for,
man.
Baby, I got one for Wells Fargo. I got one for Hope. I got one for Keesler. Oh, baby, I got me one. Who? Don't make me put on them Dollar Tree glasses.
What you say? Don't make me go in there legal.
Baby,
like
who?
I'm coming for it all.
Baby, I'm walking in there like, hey, I'm the CEO. I done already claimed. As a matter of fact, I done stood outside your vault and I already spoke it. When I come in, I'm going to get it.
And we got these elections coming up. I'm definitely seeing a change in a lot of the meetings that I'm going to. As far as like the board of supervisors and not the city council meeting, but the legislative meetings and the Senate meetings. I mean, it's one or two of us in there. Sometimes I see 3 or 4, but you're
gonna have to start inviting me. They stop inviting me. They stop inviting me because I can smell a lie.
See, right now in the game, I'm slow to speak and I'm quick to listen because I'm
Me too. But
like you said earlier, I'm getting ready for that mass destruction.
See, I don't want to get ready. When I know it's coming, I want to hold.
Stay ready.
I want to be like Superwoman and Superman. I want to stop it.
Yes, man.
But you gonna have to start hitting them buttons on. Cause see, my cup had ran over.
You're a handful sometimes.
My cup had ran over. I sit there and I be low. And then next thing you know, it go up.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Now
Then it go up.
They interesting.
Then it go up. And then it come here. And by the time it get here, oh, my cup be ran over. You see me over there. Okay, y'all. We gonna wrap this thing up.
What you say? I ain't with the smoke. I want it all.
Okay. So we gonna wrap this thing up. I want to thank my guest for coming tonight. She knows she's welcome anytime.
Listen. Make sure y'all tune in on Saturday mornings, 90.1, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. to the Ripple Effect. And if you can't get the radio, because I know now we don't listen to the radio too much, download the app, tune in radio. Check us out, 90.1, the Ripple Effect.
All right, and you already know the herd is the same as every Wednesday night from 8-ish to 9. On Fridays from 7-ish
7-ish
to 8. And know someone who has lost a child? Please tell them to get in contact with Miss Felicia Marshall with Grant Me Justice. It's all on my Facebook page. And as you know, update on my son case, 1 down, 3 to go. Say his name, Christopher.